Morning everybody, myself and Dan out on this lovely morning. We just started off with a nice little dark chanting goshawk there with a little field mouse morning snack there. We are going to follow up on reports of Basile and her cub up in the north there. So hopefully we get lucky there, and otherwise just bumble around and see what else we can find for the morning. Alright, there we go. So we managed to find tracks of Basilia quite far north this morning. We've been tracking her for the last sort of hour or so. But thankfully Caswell and Lawrence were also just a bit further south of us, and they managed to actually just bump into her, so fantastic news. We've got Basilia. She doesn't have the cub with her. We think she's left it back up in the north there. But hey, great to see her. We haven't seen her for a while now, so that's perfect. So there you can see a perfect kind of example of living up to her name. So her name Basile, meaning light or bright, and she's a much brighter color, much whiter color than most leopards around in this area. She seems to be on a bit of a territorial march this morning. Just every kind of little prominent bush along the pathway or along the road, she's sniffing and then spraying a scent mark. Just kind of reiterating that fact that this is her territory. It's a bit late in the morning for audio, for her calling, but nevertheless, she's still marking that territory. Notice how her body language there has just changed. She's actually just bumped into a female hyena nursing her cub. She's deciding to take a little detour around there. Alright folks, as she kind of wanders off into this thick area, mission accomplished for the morning. That's what our game plan was to find Basile, and there we go, and a lovely bit of time spent with her. So yeah, great day, great start to the day so far. We're going to head back to the camp and then and try again this afternoon. Good afternoon everybody, myself and Dan back at it again this afternoon. Start off with a small group of young elephant bulls just cruising across the clearings here, and a very special little sighting of 3 ground hornbills, a very endangered species. Quite lucky to see them around this area. The mission for the afternoon, after completing our mission this morning with Basile, reports of tracks of a male cheetah coming into the area, so we're going to be trying to follow up on him this afternoon, and hope we get lucky there. Alright folks, so we followed the tracks of the cheetah that the guys managed to find late this morning, and they've pretty much led us to this area around Shumungwe clearings. As we approached, we saw a couple of vultures flying off. Actually, interestingly, a white-headed vulture and a leopard-faced vulture, which was pretty cool. But that cheetah has made this kill during the day, a large male Impala, and he's moved off by now. So we'll carry on, but what a cool find. Let's go find him now. Alright folks, well there you go. We eventually got him. We had to admit it, but we drove straight past him first of all. But when we came back around, we saw him laying in the shade. But yeah, great to see him. There's that nice full belly after that Impala, and I'm sure those of you remember that video that we did with Kev, how he just feeds until he fills his stomach, and then he just abandons it. Obviously, a lot of attention from all the vultures and things, probably going to pull in leopards or lions or hyenas into the area, so he gets what he can as quickly as he can, and then he moves off, at least a fair distance away from the kill. That way he's pretty safe and happy. But it's got a good feed out of it, and now he's relaxing really nicely. So you see that typical kind of almost obsessive cat behavior, cleaning himself after a kill. At least they don't really smell like the dogs. But what's interesting is it almost looks like he's got something stuck in his paw there, maybe a thorn or something, because he keeps almost biting it a little bit, maybe trying to squeeze that little, or just try and work that thorn out of there, which is quite cool to see that. it seemed like he possibly spotted something off in the distance, but he very quickly relaxed there, and obviously just changing sides. So with that big belly and his head up on the one side the whole time, he's got to keep changing it around. Just keep a good lookout from both sides, as well as make a little room for that belly there. Alright folks, well, Dan and I were just discussing how rare it is to actually have a mission and accomplish it once. Now we've done it twice in one day, so that's pretty cool. I think he's pretty much going to settle here the afternoon, potentially go and have a drink somewhere later, but pretty much move into some long grass to kind of rest for the night. But I think we're going to leave him for now and see what else is out there this afternoon. So great to find him, and let's see what else is out there. Alright folks, we're going to call it a day now. We've pretty much been driving around the rest of the afternoon, not really much going on, a couple of things along the way, but a great day again out here at Savanna. Nice Basilia in the morning and that male cheetah this afternoon, so pretty decent day I would say. I hope you enjoyed the show, and we'll catch you next time.